at Watson Park. Well, the half-time score was Ware 1, Chertsey down, nil. Teams back out for the second half. No changes. We were monitoring the progress of Andre McCollin, who had that treatment in the first half, but he's reappeared here for an unchanged Ware lineup to get us on the way, kicking from right to left as the ball loops inside that Chertsey down a half, out by Jackson, the right back. McLaren finds Baxter on the halfway line, and he's fouled by Dave Kendall. I'll give you the Ware lineup when we get a convenient break in play. But, the visitors got themselves a free kick right on the halfway line here. Lewis Jackson, the right fullback, has it. He's got Adamson in front of him. Jackson threads it inside the area to Scott Day. Kendall is the defender, and Kendall does his job as Adamson brings in Tom Bruno. Bruno's long ball on that far side, looking for Liam Hope. Taylor delayed its progress and then put it back into the area for the goalkeeper, who returns the compliment to the left fullback on that far side. Taylor's long ball onto the head of Lewis Rose. Murphy finds Etakudu for Baxter. Baxter, Scott Day. Chertsey getting numbers forward here. Here's Jackson, the right fullback. Day again. Tries to send Jackson going down here against Pat Adamson, but it's Adamson who puts it out for a corner. So an early chance for Chertsey to put some pressure on Callum Kitchker's goal. Only their second corner of the afternoon. It's not been a game full of attacking intent, despite the fact these two teams have scored a lot of goals this season. The corner's not a good one, but headed up in the air by Dave Kendall. It wasn't a good clearance, but Tom Bruno stabs it clear for Ware. And the ball by Jackson's equally poor. Here's Bruno down the line, but nobody far enough advanced to put any pressure on the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper back inside the Ware half onto the head of Lee Rose, who rises well above Scott Day. Bruno slides it out to Maxen Fraser on that far side of the field. Fraser's not got too much to aim at, although Harry Watkins had come forward. Watkins is onside here. Turns it to his left for Liam Hope. Liam Hope has Pat Adamson going down the left. Adamson's cross is easy meat for Drage inside the 6-yard box, because Ware just hadn't got the bodies forward to put him under pressure. McLaren finds Murphy. Murphy's got Taylor outside him. Taylor turns back, finds Sam Murphy, the number 7 again. Murphy's ball forward, and Ethaneta Kudu in an offside position lets it go, and Kitchker comes out and collects for Ware. Lewis Rose put it back to his goalkeeper. Kitchker's long clearance high into a gloomy sky now over Watson Park. Cleared out by Drake to Hippolyte. Hippolyte up in the air. Bruno heads it back onto the halfway line for McLaren. Scrappy start to what's got to be said, the second half of what's been a scrappy game so far. Murphy finds Etakudu. Ball chipped forwards, and in the end it's a good save by Callum Kitchker coming out. So Lewis Rose brings it away for Ware, but poor ball. McLaren will bring in Etakudu. Etakudu turns well. It's Murphy going through, fires in the shot. Kitchker's juggled it, but luckily it went behind Hippolyte, and Hippolyte's beaten to the ball by Pat Adamson. Well, Sam Murphy testing the Ware keeper, who comes out again, misses the ball, and in the end, luckily, it goes all the way through for a goal kick. So, could have been problems there. So it was Murphy's shot, and juggled by the goalkeeper. Ware keep their goal intact. Callum Kitchker looking for only his fifth, Ware looking for only their fifth clean sheet of the season. It would have been an Achilles heel, particularly at the beginning of the season. Well, they couldn't keep opponents at bay. But at the moment they're doing so. Ball on the halfway line. Throw in for Chertsey Town. Can give you some scores, by the way. Half times, the top teams in this division all winning. The losers at the moment in the half-time scores anyway. Tooting and Missing who are being held 0-0 at Northwood as Tom Bruno finds Harry Watkins inside the halfway line, up and under, looking for McCollin. McCollin goes up with Drake, and once again, referee gives a free kick, courtesy of Chertsey. Let's tell you those scores at half-time. Hartford 0, Hamwell 2, South Park 0, Westfield 1, Uxbridge 0, Waltham Abbey 1, Northwood 0, Tooting and Mitcham 0. And as far as our teams elsewhere in East Harts Country, good day at the moment. The Isabel Hospice. Jordan Watson scored after 26 minutes for Welling Garden City to give them a 1-0 half-time lead against Biggleswade. And in the Essex Senior League, not good news again for Sawbridgeworth. Stansted 3, Sawbridgeworth Town 0, Southend Manor 0, St Margaret's-Bury 0. Drake, meanwhile, has got up and the game has restarted, but Quincy Rowe will have to retake the free kick, taken quicker than the referee would have liked it. Matt Drake then will just prod it to his left for his central defensive partner, who returns the compliment. Drake, right-footed downfield. Lewis Rose heads it down. Lee Rose will try and find Tom Bruno, and does, who manages to wrestle it away from Murphy. McCollin has found Harry Watkins, comes off from McLaren's heel, but Watkins still in possession, brings in Maxen Fraser just across from the halfway line. His ball to McCollin's a poor one though, and Ware give it away again. Here's Baxter. Baxter on the far side finds Murphy. Murphy for Scott Day on the halfway line, chips it forward looking for Murphy, but Lewis Rose is in the way, but McLaren will get it back on that far side of the field for Brian Taylor. Taylor advances down the line, then goes backwards for Scott Day. There's Ethan Etakutu, finds Baxter. Baxter back for Scott Day, looking for Etakutu, but in the end it all breaks down, and Callum Kitchker will come out and collect on the edge of his 6-yard box. 6 minutes gone, second half here on 90 Minutes Live. Ware 1, Chertsey down 0 at the top of the Isthmian League Division 1 South Central. Long ball forward, but Drake's header will land at the feet of the goalkeeper Devon Gordon. Finds Brian Taylor on that far side. Taylor, equal long ball on this near side. Ruman should get that, he does, but Jackson's first to it for Chertsey. Has to turn backwards. Find McLaren. McLaren forward for Hippolyte. Hippolyte looked for the run of Jackson, but then goes on a run of his own down this right-hand side. Chips the ball inside Lee Rose. Can't beat Adamson, who cannons the ball off his knee for a goal kick. So the Ware line-up, Callum Gitchker in goal. Back three of Lewis Rose, Dave Kendall and Dan Rumans. Two wing-backs, Pat Adamson on the left, Maxim Fraser on the right. Tom Bruno, Lee Rose and Harry Watkins in midfield, and Andre McCollin and Liam Hope up front. On the subs bench, Gareth Madden, Albert Adju, William Stankwa, Ala Ushti and Josh Williams. So plenty of attacking intent there on the bench should Wolsey need it. At the moment he doesn't, because his team leading at 1-0. McCollin goes up, but Drake manages to win it without a challenge. Liam Hope chests it down for McCollin, who's got a run now. McCollin finds Harry Watkins. Lee Rose is making the run, but here's McCollin in the area, turns it across and just past the post. Best chance Ware have had since the 7th minute. Harry Watkins' ball, and McCollin preciously close to adding his second one of the afternoon. Again, Lee Rose causing the problem. Chertsey haven't really picked him up all game, as he provided the dummy for Watkins to find McCollin. Ball back with the goalkeeper Devon Gordon. Gordon's long ball forward onto the head of Dave Kendall. Maxim Fraser will get there first for Ware. Gets it back from Liam Hope. Fraser, who didn't get forward much in the first half, trying to now in the second, finds Tom Bruno. And Bruno shot high and wide of the target. It's better from Ware though. Picked up a little bit of pace, showing a bit more commitment, and managed to get wide players forward, which is something they didn't do in the opening 45 minutes of this one. Tense at Watson Park. Well, why not? We're at top of the table. 3 points here, with everybody in the top 5 winning at half time. Very, very important. The side here, Dan Rumans. Rumans chips it forward for Lee Rose. Rose does well to get round McLaren. Lee Rose, look to thread in Liam Hope, just under hit it. Lee Rose is going to get it back though. It's Harry Watkins, but Chertsey get numbers behind the ball. Is Etta Kudu, who loses out to Harry Watkins and then Adamson. And Adamson puts it back to Lewis Rose. Good hassle from a Ware side. But Rose once again though has got to go for the long ball, and this time it's a good one. It finds Liam Hope down the right hand side. Got Brian Taylor for company, pulls it across the box, and Lee Rose was close to getting there. In the end just manages, does he? No, it doesn't prevent it from going out for a throw in. It's been a case of where I've had problems getting men in the box so far this afternoon. And it's going to be a goal kick to Chertsey Town, the visitors all in yellow. Started this morning in 7th place in the table. But he's congested up there. Any of the top 7 or 8 will fancy their chances of certainly nicking a place in the playoffs. As Kendall finds Andre McCollin. McCollin takes an age to bring it down. Does finally chips it, looking for Liam Hope, but it's behind him. And Taylor will clear quite comfortably for Chertsey Town. Taylor's ball, looking for Baxter, who's coming increasingly deep. Chips it forward, looking for Hippolyte, but Kitchka was alert to that and collects it on the edge of his 18-yard area. Dan Rumans hits it downfield. Is Liam Hope for McCollin. McCollin for Bruno. Noticeable, we're getting more of the ball now. There's Maxim Fraser. Fraser going to the edge of the area. Fraser still going. Surely a foul, and the referee does finally give it. Super run by Fraser. And in the end, well, 1 or 2 or even 3 defenders, one of them was going to bring him down. And in the end, it's a free kick to Ware, right hand edge of the 18-yard box. And just as Paul Halsey is going to pull off a double substitution here. Ala Ujdi and Josh Williams are coming on. I think they're going to go to a flat back 4. I think this is because they haven't had players forward down the flanks. And there's 2 players here, one on the left, one on the right, who can do just that. Before they come on, though, Chertsey have got defending to do. Tom Bruno and Andre McCollin all over the free kick. Chertsey have got a 4-man wall, which the referee is currently arranging in the way. So the referee happy with the wall. Referee retreats. McCollin and Bruno. McCollin with the left, Bruno with the right. You would fancy here it's going to be Tom Bruno with the right. And wide of the target. Substitution to be made then. This will be interesting. McCollin's coming off Ala Ujdi, which maybe is not a surprise. He's worked hard, Andre McCollin, and gets a good round of applause from the crowd. And it's also going to be Dan Rumans who's going to come off for Joshua Williams, which would suggest, as I said, they're going to go to a flat back. And we're going to have Ala on the left. We're going to have Josh Williams on the right. And so they've gone to a flat back 4 here as Dan Rumans comes off to be replaced by Joshua Williams. So Paul Halsey is the first one to change the tactics a little bit here. It means Harry Watkins will push a little bit further forward as well in support of Liam Hope. As Lee Rose, rather unlucky to have handled the ball. Referee let the play go on, and here's Hippolyte for Chertsey. Hippolyte turns the ball back to the edge of the box, but Lee Rose is there. Alarousti's first touch could have been an expensive one to put Adamson in under pressure. And Adamson clears on this near side for a Chertsey throw. A throw to be taken by Lewis Jackson. Jackson finds Scott Day. Day's back heel was a poor one. Lee Rose will get it clear to Liam Hope. Gets another push in the back, and here goes Harry Watkins down the left-hand side. But Quincy Rowe was across there very quickly to read the danger for Chertsey. Ball goes out on this near side. It's going to be a throw-in to Chertsey. Came off Pat Adamson's back. It's going to be a substitution for the visitors here by the look of it. There's the number 14. Sam Hurrell is about to come on. And it's Brian Taylor, the left back, who goes off. So I wonder how this is going to change the mix a little bit. Harold seems to be going to that left fullback position. I thought Taylor had a reasonable game, so interesting change. As down the line, Arusti heads it back to Jackson. Jackson tried to find Hippolyte. Lee Rose was very quickly to it. Is Baxter against Lewis Rose. Lewis Rose can't see it out, and Adamson will have to collect it on this near side under challenge from Jackson, who gives Ware the throw in. It's a little bit frantic. On to the hour mark at Watson Park, where won Chertsey down 0. Goal coming as early as the 7th minute. Andre McCollins first in a Ware shirt. He has since departed as Etakudu is inside the Ware area. Etakudu still going. Etakudu fires in the shot, bounces off a Maxen Fraser, and in the end the ball goes harmlessly behind for a goal kick. Wow. I don't think Ware knew too much about it, but they did get numbers behind the ball, and it proved important at the end. Maxen Fraser with the block. One's not enough, says the man away to my right, and I quite agree with him. Ware needs some insurance here. Change the formation. Try and get Josh Williams and Ala Ushti into the game. It's looking for Lee Rose. Good header by Lee Rose on this near side, but Quincy Rose there first. Baxter will bring in Hurrell, the substitute, to Quincy Rowe. Etakudu has his pocket picked, and Harry Watkins got a chance for Liam Hope. Watkins gets it back, but it was just a little bit too clever. Liam Hope with the back heel. Watkins wasn't anticipating it, and Chertsey have got the ball back. Murphy will find Scott Day. Scott Day looking for Jackson on this near side. Jackson's ball, pretty aimless one's got to be said, and Adamson will clear. Bounces the ball in the end off of Baxter, and it goes away for a throw-in to Ware. Pat Adamson will take the throw. Left fullback, former Cheshunt player, of course. Down the line, looks for Lee Rose, can't find him. Alusti can't keep it in, and once again Chertsey have got a throw-in. Scott Day will leave it to Lewis Jackson. Jackson gets it back. Well, he doesn't get it back off Hippolyte. It was poor control by the number 11, and Ware get the throw-in. Adamson will take the throw-in for Ware. 17 minutes, second half gone here. Ware 1, Chertsey down 0. Good crowd in the house today, and they'll be hoping for a home team can hold on here, or even better still, get a bit of insurance as Liam Hope heads it towards Josh Williams. This will be his first touch as he heads it down and gives it away to Scott Day. Day has got Ushti, and Ushti does a super job of getting in his way. That's excellent stuff by the substitute, but the ball still breaks to Etakudu, and Scott Day will bring in Murphy on the far side. Murphy, Fraser claiming and ball, didn't look like it from here. He brings in McLaren. Murphy's being pushed backwards onto the halfway line. Here's Rowe. Rowe chips the ball off of Harry Watkins, and Baxter will bring in McLaren. Hippolyte's got some space on this side. Hippolyte brings it down against Pat Adamson. Hippolyte puts it across the box, and cleared by Lewis Rose. Etakudu looked odds on to just have a tap in there, and Lewis Rose managed to get there ahead of the number 9, or the number 10 rather. Lewis Jackson coming forward again. Chertsey in one of their best periods of the game here as Hippolyte turns it across, cleared by Dave Kendall. McLaren's there ahead of Harry Watkins on this near side. Jackson turns it across, and a diving header comes in from Dave Kendall, who puts it out for a throw-in. Defending to be done by the home side here. Jackson will collect the ball and prepare to take the throw-in. Those changes seem to have disrupted Ware just a little bit, and Chertsey have taken advantage in the last couple of minutes. Jackson's throw-in, but Kendall goes up, and Adamson should clear. In fact, he does so because it bounces off of Scott Day behind for a goal kick. And you sense that Ware need that breather. Chertsey were picking up a bit of a head of steam there. Referee signifying he's adding time on, which is an interesting concept because he had precious little on at the end of the first half. It's got to be said. 19 minutes gone, second half. You're with 90 Minutes Live. Pete Hill here at Watson Park. Simon Alamandi will give you the full time from Welwyn Garden City against Biggleswade a little bit later. Welwyn Garden City 1 up at half time thanks to Jordan Watson, as Ware have got it with Al-Aoushdi, who will bring in Liam Hope. Liam looks to bring in Josh Williams. It was a good idea, but the execution wasn't there. And in the end, Chertsey will hoof it clear. Lewis Rose, good towering header. McLaren will control it for the visitors, though. Brings in Sam Murphy. Back to Hurrell, the substitute for Baxter. Baxter for Murphy. Murphy's ball, though, onto the header. Lewis Rose doesn't clear it convincingly, though, but we'll get a chance now through Tom Bruno. Bruno for Watkins for Lee Rose. Lee Rose gives Josh Williams first chance to the ball at his feet. Williams finds Harry Watkins. Al-Aoushdi's in space on this left-hand side. That's where the ball goes. Al-Aoushdi with a number 16 on his back for Harry Watkins, brings in Tom Bruno. Bruno for Josh Williams. We're playing the ball around nicely. Williams on the edge of the area has got two defenders in front of him. Goes back for Maxen Fraser. Fraser's ball comes across. Liam Hope with a flash header and just wide of the target. Good build-up play by the home side. Patient stuff as they threaded the ball out on that far side to Maxen Fraser. And Liam Hope's header just wide of the target. Hippolyte on this near side for Jackson. Jackson's ball forward. Kendall in very sharply against Scott Day, but he gives away a throw-in to Chertsey midway through second half here at Watson Park. Dave Kendall's long clearance lands with McLaren, who's given it away to Harry Watkins. And oh my word! Two-footed challenge by McLaren, and the referee's given absolutely nothing. And here comes Harrell on that far side. Tries to put the ball across the box, but only as far as Callum Kitchker. Well, Harry Watkins is asking the question of the referee, and the tribute to him, he didn't make more of that. Because certainly, as Lewis Rose's challenge did in the first half, that deserved a guard. Long kick forward by Kitchker. Another push in the back on Liam Hope. But Tom Bruno will get it for Ware. Draish will direct his header all the way back to Devon Gordon. Gordon for Mark Draish. Draish, long ball forward. Maxen Fraser calling for his goalkeeper and directs the header back to Callum Kitchker. So nothing to suggest, I think, on this afternoon show. It's been a tight game, hasn't been the best of games. But I think these two teams will certainly be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. I think Chertsey will be a team that will challenge the top 5. They started in 7th this morning. Here's Tom Bruno. Bruno looking to put the ball inside for Al-Aoushdi. That was the ball, but Arrow made the outside run. So, goal kick is a result to the visitors. Longer this goes at 1-0, the more nails that are going to be bitten by the locals, no doubt about that. Long kick forward onto the head of Dave Kendall. Liam Hope's got it, but he came back from an offside position. And there'll be a free kick to Chertsey. Al-Aoushdi and Josh Williams. Not a change, hasn't really had the desired effect from Paul Wolsey. So he started with the back 3, went to the back 4. And as Lewis Rose has done well, though, he robs Adakudu, puts it through. Here's Liam Hope. Edge of the area, Liam Hope. Oh, he's put it wide. Deflected wide. You would have put anything on Ware's top scorer making that 25 for the season, but wide of the target, and all Ware get is a corner. Wow, corner. A gilt-edged opportunity. 24 minutes into the second half, goes begging for the home side. Got another chance with a corner here, though. All the way along the ground for Liam Hope to turn it in. They tried that one against FC Romania last Saturday, and it came off. It resulted in a goal. That time it didn't. As Baxter brings the ball on this near side for Matt Drake. Drake forward. Lee Rose's challenge on Hippolyte. Well, this time it's the Chertsey bench who are up complaining. Referee didn't get that one either. Here's Sam Murphy. Long ball far side. Kitchka will come out, collect it very comfortably indeed for the Ware goalkeeper. Well, Ware have had their chances in the second half. Collins that flashed just wide, and that one from Liam Hope that everybody thought had gone in. Fraser forward. Liam Hope heads it down, looking for Josh Williams, but ball goes out of play. And Gordon will bring up Drake on this near side for Lewis Jackson. Jackson forward for Hippolyte. McLaren, his ball pretty aimless. Backside Fraser will get there first. And Fraser turns all the way back for Lewis Rose. Lewis Rose back for his goalkeeper, Kishka. Long kick forward. Lee Rose is there. It's off the top of Jackson's head. Drake will come across and do the covering. Jackson again, none too certain, finds McLaren, who calms it all down. Finds his central defender as the manager. McLaren to that left-hand side for the ever-running and ever-willing Sam Murphy. Murphy returns the compliment from McLaren. Hurrell, the substitute, as Murphy going down. Here's Baxter now. Murphy, left-hand side of the box, bounces off of Lewis Rose and goes out for a corner. 26 minutes, second half gone, defending to be done. Sam Murphy is going to take the corner. The two big central defenders making their way up from the back. Ware have only kept Liam Hope forward. Everybody else in that 18-yard box away to our right-hand side. Murphy will take the corner short to Baxter. Baxter's back heel for Murphy. Tom Bruno had read that, and Alarousti read the cross. Only as far as McLaren, though. McLaren's ball on this near side, looking for Rowe. Quincy Rowe taking his time about it and puts it down the line where he finds Scott Day. Scott Day's got Alarousti for company. Now with Pat Adamson, and in the end it's Day who goes down, and he gives Chertsey the free kick. Well, it was most definitely 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Have you seen anything today, mate? Is the word from Paul Horsey, and can't help but feel a bit of sympathy for the Ware boss. The officials have not been anything like precise, and that's being polite. Free kick to be taken on this near side. Sam Murphy will take it. Josh Williams and Liam Hope forward for Ware. Drake and Quincy Rowe have stayed forward for Chertsey. Free kick comes across the box. Good clearance by Pat Adamson. Harry Watkins will thump it towards Liam Hope and Josh Williams, and here's Josh Williams. Williams has got himself the right side of the defender. Here's Josh Williams. Oh, the ball bounced off his heel, and Chertsey managed to get it clear. An opportunity definitely for Josh Williams, but in the end he rather overplayed it. Lewis Rose, long ball forward, looking to search out Williams again, but Quincy Rose in the way. McLaren. Rowe will get it back again. Murphy finds Quincy Rowe. Rowe's long ball forward, but Maxim Fraser will, he thought it was going out, but in the end with the left boot he turns it all the way back to Callum Kishka. Kishka's ball looking for Liam Hope. Liam does well to win it in the air away from Quincy Rowe. Drake will find Murphy again. He's had a lot of the ball as Sam Murphy on that far side. Here's Scott Day. Day will bring in Drake. 28 minutes, second half gone, and almost Hippolyte through. Adamson in the way, though. He's given it away to Hurrell, though. Hurrell coming forward. Etakudu this time gives it away to Ware. Lewis Rose picked his pocket as Josh Williams, right-hand side. Ware have got plenty of shirts forward here. Cross the box, and good defending in the end by Matt Drake. Liam Hope was in for a tap-in if he'd missed it. Ball out on that far side, and Williams has done well, and in the end, he wins himself a free kick. Quincy Rowe was the defender. Substitution about to be made here. Coming on is number 12, Dale Binns, very experienced player, and it's the youngster Ethan Otakudu who comes off. So Dale Binns, who's been there, seen it, got the T-shirt and watched considerable numbers of the videos as far as his football career is concerned, comes on. But Ware have got a corner. Albert Adu's about to come on for Ware. Ala Ujdi is looking at something. Don't know whether they want to take it. They don't want to make a substitution at the corner. Kevin Coons there just told the referee. So Ala will take the corner from that far side. Ala Ujdi's corner near post. Oh! In the end, I think it was Drake with a back heel who got it clear, but here's Harry Watkins who reacted first for Ware. Harry Watkins slipped past one player, he's gone past two, pulls it across to the far post. Josh Williams backpedaling, brings it down, fires the shot in, but goes wide of the target. So it's going to be Liam Hope who's going to come off. Albert Adu is going to come on. Liam Hope, who's had some real rough treatment from those two big central defenders. He'll come off, and goalkeeper will take the goal kick. Round of applause from the Ware fans behind the goal for Liam Hope. He really has worked hard this afternoon. He will feel, though, knowing Liam as we do, that he should have added to his 24 goals this season with that one that he missed. But not a bad substitute. And Albert Adu coming on for the final 14 minutes. The Dutchman certainly won't be intimidated by the two big central defenders, that's for sure. Kick forward onto the head of Lee Rose, return with interest by Scott Day, down by Kendall. Here's Dale Binns, his first touch. Binns running away to the left-hand side. Binns still there against Maxen Fraser. Binns turns the ball behind for a goal kick to Ware. So everything changes made by Paul Halsey. He can now just... I was going to say sit and watch, but Paul never does that, does he? He can stand and prowl and watch what happens for the final 14 minutes of the match here, plus time added on. We're leading 1-0. Goal coming as early as the 7th minute from Andre McCollin. Kitchka restarts downfield. Adu goes up, Drake beats him to it. That's Tom Bruno's ball. Gets in Josh Williams right inside of the box. It's Albert Adu fires in the shot, but wide of the target. Josh Williams has got a bit of space over there. I don't think Chertsey's change has been all that certain, with Hurrell replacing Taylor, who I thought had a reasonable game. And Ware have had some opportunities down that side. Here's Drake. Turns away from Ala Ujdi. On that far side, brings in the substitute Hurrell. Hurrell all the way back to Gordon, the goalkeeper, out to the right-hand side this time for Jackson. Jackson's ball to Murphy. Certainly been the Duracell bunny in yellow as Sam Murphy this afternoon. He's popped up everywhere. This ball forward finds Dale Binns on the halfway line. Binns' ball for Scott Day. Here's Murphy again. Murphy's ball looking for Jackson. He's overhit it though, and it goes out for a throw-in to Ware. 12 minutes left at Watson Park. Ware holding on to a 1-goal lead here at the top of Isthmian League Division 1 South Central. We'll have the highlights of the game on tomorrow night's 90 minutes, 9 o'clock on East Hearts Radio, and the thoughts as always of Paul Halsey. We'll also have the thoughts of Nicky Ironton on Welling Garden City's game against Biggleswade. They were leading 1-0. And also someone from the Hertford coaching, will be Mark Sinfield, I should think, on Hertford's game against Hamwell. They were 2-0 down at half-time. Somehow, is this a free kick or a throw-in? In fact, it's a throw-in, which Jackson will take for Chertsey. On this near side, Murphy almost gave it away there, but McLaren managed to get to it as Lee Rosa will clear away from Dale Binns, and the ball will land on this near side. Well, Ware have scored 8 and conceded 5 in the last 10 minutes of games this season. That looks suspiciously like a foul throw from Drake, but referee didn't agree, and once more the goalkeeper Gordon's not been certain all afternoon with the ball at his feet. And wasn't too certain there either. But here's Dale Binns, makes him Fraser for company. Binns turns the ball away to Hurrell on that far side. He's picking up a little bit of momentum. Here's Hurrell, and Kendall did well, and in the end Kendall goes down under challenge from Hurrell. And referee the first sign this afternoon of giving a yellow card for a tackle that really wasn't as bad as probably 5 or 6 that have gone before. But there we go. It's going to be a yellow card for Sam Hurrell by the look of it. So the referee's been incredibly patient with the approach, which has been pretty physical to say the least from the visitors. And Hurrell is the first player to be shown a yellow card, coming 10 minutes from the end of the match. Dave Kendall, who's a bit of a goal-scoring run, of course, scored in his last 3 games before today. Scored here against Waltham Abbey, scored at Marlow, and last Saturday as well at FC Romania. Just a reminder, we will be next week. We're following Ware again. We'll be at Westfield for a real crunch match at the top of the Isthmian League Division 1 South Central. So we'll have that action. We'll be having reports on Essex Senior League action from Oddiston Town next Saturday as well. So Ware prepare to take the free kick from midway inside their own half. Time ticking away. 9 minutes plus time added on for stoppages. This is going to be a big win if Ware can hold on here. They're all big when you're top of the table, of course. As Kishka will take the free kick. Long, high kick by the goalkeeper to the edge of the area. Lee Rose is up there, rises ahead of Drake. Here's Joshua Williams, fires in a shot, it's in! Josh Williams, 13th of the season, proves unlucky for Chertsey, and surely that's 3 points for Ware. All down to Lee Rose's spring again. The long free kick. Keshka and Lee Rose give themselves a big pat on the back inside the centre circle. And Ware have finally got the insurance they've needed. They took the lead after 7 minutes, and it's taken them to 8 minutes before the end to make it 2-0. And Josh Williams has come on from the bench. He's got the goal. It's Ware 2, Chertsey Town 0.
Come on, Ware, concentrate. Let's keep it tight. Come on.
So 82 minutes. The goal. And Josh Williams, who had that purple patch, didn't he, of goals. But it was real Route 1 stuff, wasn't it? Kishka to Rose. And Rose to Williams. And Williams into the back of the net. Lee Rose is such a danger in those areas. He's got an amazing... He should have been a high jumper. I'll have to ask him one day. He's due in the 90-minute studio in a couple of Sundays' time. I'll have to ask him if he fancied a job as a high jumper, because he has got such a spring on him. And it's he who has caused the problem for Chertsey twice this afternoon. The first one swept in by Andre McCollin, and the second one driven home by Joshua Williams. Ware 2, Chertsey 0. I think we can leave a little bit of a sigh of relief here, but still, job to be done. And I'm sure that Paul Halsey and Michael Bardell will definitely want a clean sheet. As Albert Adu collects the ball away from Drake, it breaks on that far side. Williams almost there as Quincy Rowe looked to step on the ball for a minute. Here's Murphy. 7 minutes left. Murphy's got Hippolyte in a lot of space on this near side. Hippolyte with Pat Adamson for company, and Ala Ushti comes back, and Ushti does well because Hippolyte was falling over there. Well, the referee, in my opinion, has bought one there. Ala Ushti was coming back, and there's no doubt Hippolyte slipped. But the referee has given Chertsey a free kick here, which is not exactly where Hurrell has spotted it. It's a couple of yards back from there. The referee didn't seem to have noticed that bit. And it's going to be a free kick right on the edge of the 18-yard area. Well, don't want a grandstand finish for the first one of 2020, thank you. Defending to be done here. Hurrell fancied it. It's a two-man Ware wall in the way of Harry Watkins and Tom Bruno. Hurrell chips it to the far post. Kitchka collects it very comfortably. And for a very soft free kick, justice done, I think. So, Kishka will restart. from the goal away to our right-hand side. Kitchker's long kick, looking for Albert Adu. Heads it up in the air. Tom Bruno will collect it. Bruno and Adu between them manages to wrestle it away from Murphy. Breaks on the edge of the area for Josh Williams. Williams can't control the ball, and Quincy Rowe will give it back to Scott Day. And Day, almost put Jackson in trouble. He had Albert Adu all over him. But it's Hurrell who's gone more into central midfield since that second goal went in. Dale Binns on the far side. Dale Binns down the line for Baxter. Baxter back for Quincy Rowe. Quincy Rowe for Hurrell. There's Chertsey slowing it down a bit here, and McLaren almost gave it away to Harry Watkins. Far side, Quincy Rowe again. Rowe forward for Binns. Binns has got Maxim Fraser all over him, but manages to get the ball across, but Bruno just prods it out to Harry Watkins, who finds Ala Ushti. Got Adamson going outside him. Ushti turns inside, and the ball breaks to Harry Watkins. Watkins forward for Ala Ushti. Harry Watkins does well inside of Scott Day, and Jackson comes back and defends for the visitors. Last 5 at Watson Park. We're leading 2-0 there against Chertsey Town at the top of Izmir League Division 1 South Central. The table toppers look like they're going to stay on top of the table tonight. Be interesting to see the other scores. Everybody else at the top of the table was winning, but bear in mind the fact that Uxbridge were playing with Waltham Abbey, so Uxbridge and Tooting and Mitcham were the losers at half-time. Tooting drawing 0-0 at Northwood as Lee Rose heads the ball back towards goal, but Gordon will come out and collect it. Gordon bowls it out the hurry up to Hurrell on that far side. Hurrell turns onto the right boot, puts it for Baxter. I've got to say, for an 18-goal striker, has disappointed a bit this afternoon, Jake Baxter. Not really had a sniff on goal. Has really, apart from that one from saved by Callum Kitchker from Murphy of Chertsey in this second half, it has been all Ware. They've had the opportunities. Liam Hope and Andre McCollin missed a couple of good ones before Joshua Williams produced a huge sigh of relief around Watson Park, scoring Ware second after 82 minutes. Here's Drage on the halfway line. Finds Scott Day. He's worked hard in midfield. Day back into his own half, and Hurrell has to turn backwards and collect the ball. Chertsey weren't in good form coming into this one. They'd only won 1 of their last 8, and it looks like that's going to be one of their last 9 now, as the ball chips forward, and Callum Kitchker will collect it for Ware. Ware looking for their 7th home win in 12 home games. Decent record. But been a bit subdued. Only 2 goals this afternoon. They've been averaging over 3 a game here in the league. Quincy Rowe heads it forward, but Lewis Rose will collect it, and the ball back to Maxim Fraser. Well, Ballsy's had some tough decisions to make. He brought Andre McCollin in from the start, who scored the first goal. Went to 4 at the back, bringing on Josh Williams and Ala Ushti, and it's Josh Williams who scored the second. So manager's got it right like his team this afternoon. It's Murphy on this near side for McLaren. McLaren into the last 2 minutes. Sam Murphy finds his manager again. McLaren on the left boot for Scott Day for Baxter. Adamson does well. Harry Watkins coming forward. Harry Watkins tries to search out Josh Williams on that far side, where I've got too much in the box. Williams against Quincy Rowe. It's Josh Williams. Oh, just wide of the target. Well, he didn't have much to aim at in the box. He had to go on his own, Josh Williams. And in the end, he flashed the shot just wide of the target. So we're in to the last 2 minutes here at Watson Park. Dale Binns puts his foot on the ball, puts it back to Hurrell. one of 2 second-half substitutes for Chertsey Town. Sam Murphy on the far side for Quincy Rowe, the captain. It's all been a little bit laboured, it's got to be said, and Quincy Rowe's giving it away to Harry Watkins. Watkins ball looking to release Joshua Williams. Goalkeeper read it and come out very quickly though, Gordon. And Murphy will have it back on that far side. Hurrell back for Murphy. Murphy's ball is a poor one, and here's Allah Ushti. He's got Albert Adu going outside him, but Allah's ball pushes Albert wide. Albert does well to keep the ball in though. Albert Adu for Ware. Left hand side, puts the ball across. His Leroy's coming in, and the ball in the end bounces off the top of his head and over the top. If there's one man who does deserve a goal this afternoon, surely it's Lee Rose. Worked absolutely tirelessly in that midfield, been involved in both of the goals. Certainly, if you had to pick a man of the match, then he would be right up there. As Quincy Rowe on that far side finds Hurrell. We're on to time added on for stoppages at the end of proceedings here at Watson Park. And barring a real miracle for Chertsey Town and a disaster for Ware. Ware are going to stay top of the table tonight. They lead here 2-0. Adamson finds Albert Adu. Adu turns, looks to thread in Josh Williams. That's a lovely ball. Ware have got numbers arriving in the box. Can Williams find them? Williams chips it over. It's Lee Rose. Oh, bounces the ball off of Jackson with the crowd behind the goal claiming handball. But they will get a penalty. Ware have deserved this in the second half. They've had all the opportunities. It was a scrappy first period. But Paul Hall's team have shown after the break just why they are top of the table here. Referee telling Harry Watkins to hurry up. But Watkins will take the corner on this near side for Ware. Here it comes from Harry Watkins. Ware have kept 5 players back. Watkins corner. Albert Adu would have been under it. It's Tom Bruno. Might fancy the shot, but in the end he tries to chip Josh Williams in on the far side. But Chertsey will come away through Dale Binns. 1 minute added on so far by our referee. Dale Binns as well, who's there and diverting the ball, but Lee Rose. As the ball bounces at the feet of Drake on this near side, brings in Lewis Jackson. I haven't seen the referee look at his watch yet. McLaren finds Dale Binns. Binns forward, but that's a poor ball and sliced clear by Maxine Fraser out of the ground on the far side. And Lee Rose has gone down here. And I'm not surprised because he's absolutely run his socks off as the number 4. He's been superb this afternoon as Lee Rose. So on the far side it's going to be a throw in to Chertsey, and Chertsey's throw in will be taken on that far side of the field. Referee looking at his watch saying I'm adding on every minute. Story of the game. Well, if you just joined us, then if you're from East Hearts Radio territory, you'll be glad to know it's Ware 2, Chertsey Town 0. The goal's coming 7 minutes into the game. Andre McCollin sweeping home after Tom Bruno had picked out Lee Rose. And then 8 minutes from the 90 when it was Lee Rose again. Real Route 1 stuff. Callum Kishka, long kick, headed down by Lee Rose and thumped home by second half substitute Joshua Williams for his 13th goal of the season. Lee Rose is going to come off here just as a precaution. He's only going to come off because he's got to come back on. He got a bit of a bang in the mouth, I think. It was part of the reason for him going down. But Ware have still got defending to be done. The referee's going to add the time on, no doubt about that, as Lee makes his way gingerly off the field with a little bit of cotton wool for company. But throw in to be taken on that far side of the field. Back to Quincy Rowe. Lee Rose waiting to get back on, and the referee hasn't seen him. We're still down to 10 men. I think you can probably hear Lee Rose from wherever you are as Lewis Rose goes in, challenges McLaren, and he's waving Lee Rose back to the halfway line for some obscure reason. You can come on wherever you like. Linesman's let him back on. Sums up the officials for me this afternoon. I think poor would be the word. It's a difficult job, I know that, but you have to work as a team, and I think the problem between these three is they just haven't done that at all. So it's going to be a free kick to Chertsey, 30 yards out. Sam Murphy is the player who's going to take it. Sorry for him, he really has worked hard as the number 7. Ware have pulled everybody back inside or around that 18-yard area as Murphy waits patiently to take the free kick. Murphy with a free kick puts it to McLaren. McLaren chips it towards the box, and Alarouche clears with interest. And Chertsey, well, rather like they've done in the second half here, they've run out of ideas. As Gordon finds McLaren. McLaren, again, as his progress delayed by Lee Rose, manages to pick out Quincy Rowe, who finds Jackson. Here's McLaren again, but his ball easily cleared by Lewis Rose. That's going to be the last action of the afternoon here at Watson Park, where started 2020 top of Isthmian League Division 1 Central, and thanks to goals from Andre McCollin after 7 minutes and Joshua Williams after 82. That's where they'll be after the first Saturday of the new year. They thoroughly deserved it in the second half. It was a scrappy first half. McCollin giving Ware the lead when Tom Bruno picked out Lee Rose in the box, and his header down was swept home by the number 10 for his first goal in a Ware shirt. Ware had to be patient for number 2. Liam Hope had missed a real sitter, and Andre McCollin another opportunity before a long free kick from Callum Kishka landed on the head of Lee Rose, and Joshua Williams did the rest, driving home his 13th goal of the season. Happy Watson Park will have the reaction of Ware manager Paul Halsey on tomorrow night's 90 minutes, because it's finished here at Watson Park, Ware 2, Chertsey Town 0.